I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of CFAM.
Thank you, Mr. President. Excellencies, distinguished delegates, dear colleagues, the family must be at the heart of international cooperation, including for the full implementation of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, especially as the world emerges from COVID-19. As the Universal Declaration of Human Rights recognizes, the family is the natural and fundamental group unit of society. The oil canvas that presides over the Security Council chamber, just across the hall here, depicts the world rebuilt after World War II around the theme of a phoenix rising from the ashes that is superimposed with a vignette that represents the family, a man, a woman, united in marriage, and their children. The family is at the heart of this mural, painted in 1952. What a humble painter could recognize back then, simply by reading the founding documents of the United Nations, we too must also recognize as valid today as we look out on a world ravaged by COVID-19 and other pressing concerns. Whether or not the family is expressly mentioned in the Sustainable Development Goals and targets, and whether or not all countries may want to recognize it, there can be no truly sustainable progress for humanity unless efforts to improve society, develop the economy, and protect the environment also protect and strengthen the family. It is lamentable that so many obstacles stand in the way of making the family a keystone of development policies and programs. Some want to redefine the family. Some call into question the family as an agent of development and a subject of human rights. But binding international human rights instruments recognize the family as the natural and fundamental group unit of society and declare it entitled to protection by society and the states. Basic tenets of human rights also include the right to an adequate standard of living, social protection for mothers and children, the right of the child to know and be cared for by his or her mother and father, the right to family reunification, and the right of parents to direct the upbringing of their children. By virtue of these provisions, the family is both a subject of human rights and an agent of development. Governments have an obligation to ensure that the family is at the heart of post-pandemic recovery efforts and efforts to implement the 2030 Agenda. Let us all work to make sure that the beautiful mural in the Security Council chamber is a vision of our future for the family and not just a dream that could never be realized. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of CFAM